Hello, Jen here, and I have an everyday inspiration layout for you guys. This is a series that Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Lisa, and myself do every month, where one of us takes a picture of our everyday life, and then we use that as inspiration for a layout. So we took a quick little summer break for the month of July, and we are back for August with this super fun picture. This was given to us by Dolly, and you can see it's a pool picture with all those super fun floaties in it. So definitely a great piece to inspire us in the month of August. And we're really excited to be back and get going because this is such a fun series. So the links to the other ladies are down below. Be sure to check them out too so you can see how they use the same inspiration piece to create their layouts. So I'm starting off, I showed you at the very beginning the picture that I'm using. It's my 3 kids standing at the beach, and they all have ringed floaties on. 2 of them are donuts and 1 is a watermelon. But I wanted to kind of have that pool feel because I love pool water. I love the blues that you see in the pools and stuff like that. So I really wanted to kind of pull that out of the inspiration piece and not just the floaty aspect of it. So I'm doing some blue mixed media here. And you can see it was really, really simple. I'm using my stamping block, and I just have 3 different colors of mist. I kind of touched them all on the block, sprayed the block, and then smushed them across the paper. I also sprayed the paper, and so one thing I noticed when I did that is that the color was way less saturated. Like it seemed to absorb into my paper a lot more than if I had left it dry before doing the smushing technique. And this is just really plain normal cardstock. It's from Walmart. It's textured, but it's not watercolor paper. It's probably like 90 pound. It's, it's your standard white cardstock. So I did like the effect, but I found that the darkest blues really just kind of faded away as it was drying. So I thought I would try this technique. I've done it before where you do a couple of big splotches of your mist or whatever, watercolor paint, whatever it is you want to use, and then you use your straw to blow the paint out, like you're back in kindergarten basically. And I did like it, but I felt like the lines that gives were too harsh for what I was going for. So I put it to the side, and I thought I'm going to just try again and see if I can get something that has a little bit more saturated color and something that I felt was more like what I was going for. And so this time I'm doing the same technique where I'm using my colors and I'm just, tapping them onto the block. I'm spritzing the block so that they blend a little bit, but I didn't wet the paper. And I really like the saturation that this gave. So just kind of, it's one of those things where you would almost have to experiment with each type of paper you use because I think they would all react differently. But it's kind of fun sometimes to get messy and pull out some of your mixed media stuff and just play around. And that other background doesn't go to waste. Don't worry, you'll see it again at the end of this layout. But it was kind of, it was a good thing for me to experiment with and kind of learn. And I use this paper quite a bit. You can see I'm down to the last couple pages in that stack. So it's always nice to learn how it's going to react with the different mixed media that I'm using. So I like this one much better. I like the blue. I really wanted to get that sort of gradient of the dark blues and the light blues because you can really see that in the picture where the sky starts off really dark and then it gets lighter and lighter, and then suddenly you have the ocean, which is this more concentrated dark blue. So I kind of wanted all of those different colors in my mixed media. And that's a picture of my kids from 2 summers ago. We were in Nova Scotia at the beach. So I thought it was a good opportunity to scrap about their floaties. So the other elements that I'm using for this layout are these 6x6 papers that came in a summer sampler pack from Scrapbooking Cards Today. And it's just these really bright, fun, summery colors. Most of those papers that I've picked, well, except for probably the cardstocks and the lemon paper, I think all the other papers come from Doodlebugs. So they have those really fun, whimsical little happy faces and stuff on them. And they're not really something that I would probably use all that often. But the way that I'm using them here, I think this is how I like using them. So you get little touches of those cute, sweet moments. But really, I just wanted them for the bright colors. I was pretty nervous to actually rip these apart, though. You might have seen that with my hands. I had to like take a moment and just take a breath and say, "It's okay. It's just paper," and then rip. But once you do it, the first rip, you're kind of stuck, right? You've already ripped it, so you just go for it. I didn't really know how else to use all of these patterns, and at first when I was sort of trying to decide how I wanted to come up with the layout and what the design was going to look like, I had put them all as layers kind of clustered together in the center of the page, and I thought, I kind of do that all the time. It's my comfort zone, it's my go-to design, and I really wanted to try something else, something fun. And I figured since this is such a fun layout and just the idea of the floaties, and they're all really super trendy right now, the big floaties, I wanted to try something kind of fun and trendy, and so this is a little bit different for me anyways, and I love it. I think it comes out really cute. So I just ripped them apart. So all of those pieces are about 1 inch wide. I eyeballed it, and they're all about 3 inches long. Some of them are a little shorter, some of them are a little longer, but I didn't want them all to be exactly the same, but I tried to keep them roughly the same. And I just alternated the patterns and kind of just plonked them down wherever I thought it looked right. I went ahead and plonked it down. And now I also got some of the little stickers that came in that sampler pack that match the paper. So I'm combining those with that sticker sheet you just saw right here, which is Echo Park. And the chipboard that you kind of see in behind there where the sun, oh no, not where that sun came from. But other things will come from that chipboard. And then that sun came from a chipboard that I got from Freckled Fawn, as well as those little phrases. So I'm combining a few different little embellishment pieces, and actually I'm pretty proud of myself because I get a lot of these stickers used up, which is really nice. I have this little pack too that, I don't know, I've been struggling to get it used up because some of the stuff is really kind of comical and cutesy, and some of the stuff is a little bit more realistic, and so I'm finding it hard to use it all together, and it's on a cream base instead of a white base. So I feel like a lot of my beach layouts and my kind of fun sand lake layouts and stuff like that, I tend to go for the really clean white based colors. And I don't reach for this as often, but I do get a bunch of those used up as well. Did you see my I'm doing it again, my super technical measuring skills? I was using the band of my watch to kind of make sure that my picture was centered. So now I've popped up my picture, so I'm just adding a few little bits and pieces of foam in behind some of these other elements that are sitting on top of the photo. And I just kind of made 3 cute little clusters here, and they're a mishmash of all those different sticker sheets and the chipboard sheets. I added in some watermelon from the Doodlebug because my daughter's floaty is a watermelon. I found a donut on the Echo Park sticker sheet, so that worked out really good. I just threw it all on there. And now I've come back to this original piece of paper, and I'm going to use this to turn this into a 2-page spread. Originally, I had 3 pictures put in the page protector that I wanted to scrap all together, but the one picture is of my daughter doing a cartwheel. It kind of doesn't match these other 2 pictures, so this one is just us having written our names in the sand with the year. But it also has the donut floaty in it, so I thought this works really good, and it kind of matches that other picture a little bit better. So I'm going to turn this into a 2-page spread, and I will use both backgrounds. So this one definitely didn't go to waste. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I liked it better behind this picture than I did behind the other picture, but I think it works. And maybe because it's as it dried, those lines became a little bit less sharp, but who knows. So there I've got some chipboard from that Echo Park chipboard. That is so cute. I don't know why it's been taking me so long to use it up, because it is really, really adorable. And then I'm going to mix in some of these stickers. I don't use those sunglasses, I don't think. But I have that little banner that says Summer Memories. And then I also don't use that bathing suit. I wanted to put some sort of bathing suit or something up there, but the girls' bathing suit just, it's the wrong shape. So I got some flamingos on there though. I thought that was pretty good. They go along with the whole floaty feel. My daughter actually has a giant narwhal floaty, which she's pretty excited to use this weekend when we go up to the cottage. So I got a surfboard in there, and I'm going to pull off of this sticker sheet. I do get some used up. There's another watermelon just to keep kind of the 2 pages linked together, but this one had 2 little floaties and 2 little beach balls, so I use those in my clusters. And I think that might be it. I do add 3 little phrases just like I did in the first, or on the other side. And I kept this to just 3 clusters as well. I tried to roughly mirror them. I mean, you're going to be able to tell these 2 pages are the same. They go together. I don't know if they're technically a 2-page spread or if they're just sort of complementary pages. But I tried to mirror them a little bit, or at least keep the same elements so you know that they go together. And in that sampler pack, I also have this one strip of yellow enamel dots that came with everything. So I'm going to use the entire strip. I'm going to do 3 on each of the clusters on that page and just 1 little one on this page, because my clusters on that page are a little bit more elaborate. They have more things in them, so I thought they only need the 1 enamel dot. And I think I'm just about finished. I do a little splatter of some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine here, and I'm going to wave goodbye to you and be super proud of the fact that I'm finished. Isn't it funny that one layout kind of looks all distressed, and then this layout looks super clean? I don't know how that happened, but it's just the way that the mixed media works, right? So anyways, I think I'm done, but I'm not. After this all dries, I decide to add some sequins to it. So you're going to see in these still pictures that there are sequins in all of the clusters as well, and those came from KaezMum scraps, and they're actually exclusive packs that were designed for Wild Whisper. And I just like the way that the sequins kind of give a little bit of extra sparkle where the water is. And then I had a few little orange ones that I put on the orange cardstock in my little pattern paper clusters. And that's it. That's my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to check out all the ladies down below, and if you have any questions, you can leave them for me in the comments. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye!